Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Caitlin and I do Disney videos here on my YouTube channel, and if you are returning, then welcome back and thank you for joining. So today I'm going to be doing a campsite review. I guess it's technically a resort review, but it was the campsites that we stayed at. So we stayed at the Fort Wilderness Campgrounds in April / like first 2 days of May of this year, 2019, and we loved it. So I wanted to do a review on it, I guess, here to kind of just tell you our experience, because I feel like most of the videos that I watched before we went, it was a lot of people who were in campers or trailers or who stayed at the cabins, but we actually stayed in the tents. So, or I guess our own tent, but yeah, so we stayed in a tent. So I just wanted to give my full honest opinion about everything, and then kind of talk about the pros and the cons of staying at this resort. And if you want to see a review on when we stayed at Pop Century last year, leave it in the comments down below and I will definitely do that. I just like never got to it when we first got home, so I figure if you want to see that, I 100% will do that. But anyways, yes, like I said, we stayed at the campsites at Fort Wilderness. We stayed in the campgrounds. So basically how it works is that there's a bunch of different loops throughout the campgrounds, and I maybe will like insert a picture here of what like the layout looks like. So basically what it is that you're in a loop, and then per loop there's about, I don't know exactly, but I feel like it's between like 20 to 25 campsites per loop. And then per loop there is one set of comfort stations, which is basically a set of bathrooms. So it's I think it's either 3 or 4 stalls, and then you have, I think, 4 showers. I think it's four toilets and then 4 showers per, like a woman's one and then a men's one, and then between the two there is actually a laundry room that you can like do laundry, wash towels or whatever. So when we stayed in the 1500 loop, which was what we requested, because we requested to be kind of like priority, being close to a bus stop and also being close to the pool area. So we were so lucky, and section number 1500 was, sorry, the lighting is going to change a ton because it's going to storm and it's all over the place, so bear with me. But basically, so for the 1500 loop, we were literally across the street from the pool. It was so close, and we actually were the first campsite in our loop. So it was, I probably am not even exaggerating, 10 steps to the bus stop. And at first I loved that because I was like, oh my gosh, like we are literally so close to the bus, like that's awesome. But then I was kind of thinking, oh no, what happens when we want to try and go to sleep and the buses are running? But I literally didn't hear them whatsoever. And there was times that we went to bed like fairly early and like I really did not hear them. So that's like not even anything to worry about. So that was good. But yeah, so if you are going to stay, I'm like, sorry, using my hands so much, I need to like sit on my hands. So if you are planning on staying, or if you were looking into staying at the Fort Wilderness Campgrounds, I would definitely recommend to try and request the 1500 loop if you're looking for being close to the pool and kind of like I didn't go to this one specifically, but Austin went to this one. It's like basically just like a convenience store, sort of. They had a word for it, but basically I just had ice and like first aid kind of stuff and then some merchandise. So I would definitely recommend that loop if you are thinking about staying. The property is huge, so you can't really walk anywhere unless you are, like we said, like right across the street from the pool or something. Like you either have to rent a golf cart, which are freaking expensive. I think it's somewhere around $70 or something. Like it's between like $60 and $70 per day to rent a golf cart. And like I'm like, what? Like it's just crazy. The campsites are really inexpensive for what it is. Like, you're staying on Disney property and you're getting all the amenities that you would get at a normal Disney resort. So you're getting into your parks for like early, and you are getting extra magic hours, and you're close to all the parks. You're able to get a dining plan if you want to get a dining plan, all that kind of stuff. So you get all the amenities for like the least amount of money that you have. So that's like definitely a bonus. But yeah, like if you are actually staying on the sites and you're not really planning on going to the parks a lot, I would recommend getting a golf cart. Obviously we did not spend the money on a golf cart because we had our car there. So I mean, it's really whatever, it's really just personal preference. If you're okay with taking the buses and you're waiting on the buses and you're fine with that, and you have a car and like you're okay to just like, if you're going to another park, drive to the whatever, like if you're okay with doing that, I would say just do that, use the buses. There's a bus system that actually runs through the resort on its own, and then another bus system that like does all of Disney World. So that is nice. Sometimes we were waiting like a decent amount of time for the bus at the end of the night, but that's like my only complaint about the buses. But yeah, the resort is like gigantic, so that kind of goes into a con just to keep in mind. Another pro is that if you are planning on driving, so when we went down, we drove. So we had our car there, and I was nervous because recently Disney changed it so that all of the parking at your resort, you had to pay per night. So I was nervous about that. But if you're staying at a campsite, the parking is free because your car is on your campsite, so you don't have to pay for parking. So that was like a bonus because we didn't have to pay for parking the entire time we were there because we were Disney guests, like Disney resort guests. So all of the parks we got to park at for free, and then our campsite we got to park for free. So if you want to drive, or if you are driving, or if you know you're renting a car and you don't mind camping, I would say to consider again the campsites because it's kind of worth it in that sense. I think it's like, I don't even know. I don't even want to say how much it is for parking because I really have no idea. I think it's something like $20, but I like per night, but I don't really know. But yeah, so that I thought was a major pro, was that like we didn't have to pay for parking once while we were there, which was awesome. The campsites and the comfort stations were so clean. When we got there, everything was like clean. You get, I don't know the exact dimensions of it, but you get like a fairly big size campsite. We had a 10-person tent on our campsite, and we still had room for probably another 10-person tent beside us. So the campsites are like a really good size, but the campsites were so clean, and then there was constantly people around like doing landscaping and everything. So like the resorts are obviously all well kept. And then also the comfort stations, every time that I went into one, there was never a time where I had to wait for a bathroom, and there was never a time I had to wait for a shower. And I went to shower at totally different times of the day, every day. Sometimes I went right in the morning, like the one morning when we went to Animal Kingdom. We were up early, and there was a ton of other people that were up, but I didn't have to wait for a shower then. And then every time I went to the bathroom, I never had to wait. Every time I was in there, basically it was clean. Like I was never kind of like, oh gross, like it's a camping bathroom. Like it was always so clean. So I was like so impressed with that. Again, I knew I was camping and I knew I wasn't expecting much, but at the same time, you know you're with Disney, and Disney just kind of does everything the best. So you know that you're going to be taken care of, and you know you're not going to be like having to go to the bathroom in a dirty bathroom. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that because that was one thing that I was kind of like I don't really know how this is gonna go, but it was awesome, and I really loved that process. Another thing that I wanted to touch on was that I really felt safe the whole time we were there. I'm a worrywart about everything, and I knew that like when you're in a different country, I know it's only the States, so it's like very close to us, they're very similar, but when you're in a different country, it's a little bit scary. And the fact that we were in a campsite where you can't lock your door, you're kind of just out in the woods per se. I would not consider it woods there, but anyways, you're kind of just out and you kind of just have to trust that everything's gonna be good. But I felt very safe. Like, I never really worried about getting up in the middle of the night if I had to go to the bathroom, or if I had to go to the bathroom like early in the morning. I never, like, before we went, I said to Austin, I'm like, I'm gonna have to wake you up every time I have to go to the bathroom or something, and you have to come with me because I don't want to like walk by myself. But I never once had to ask Austin to come with me. Like, I just felt comfortable the whole time that I was there, which was really reassuring. And we planned on leaving our suitcases in our car the entire time, but our first day we were just like, let's just leave them in the tent. Like, we totally had trust. Maybe that's like stupid of us, like maybe people are like, whoa, why would you do that? But like, we left our suitcases and everything in the tent. The only thing that we kept like in our car was I think just our laptop, really, like, because I brought my laptop for importing footage while we were there. But yeah, like, I just left my laptop in the car so it was locked, and then that was basically it. So I really did feel safe, and I loved that about it. So the time of year that we went was amazing for camping. I was really nervous about it being so hot, but we went in April, the end of April, early May, and it was like the perfect weather. It was like very warm. Like, it was very hot while we were there, but it wasn't too bad where it was like at night we still had blankets on, and we were like, we had to use blankets, like we weren't boiling hot. And then in the morning it was like warm and humid, which is like, you're in Florida, so you have to kind of expect that. But it, like, we weren't overheating at all, or we weren't like super hot. So like, it was definitely like the perfect time to go. So I like recommend that time of year to go camping if you would want to go. The pool was awesome. I didn't expect to actually hang out at the campsites and at the resort as much as we did. Austin and I kept saying the entire time we were there, when we go back to that resort, which I like am 99% sure that we will be back to camp, we 100% will just have more time to just hang out at the resort because it's so relaxing and peaceful. So the pool there, it was busy, but I don't know, like, it just, the atmosphere of the campsites was just so relaxed, and I loved that so much. Like, everybody there is so friendly. Like, everybody waves to you as you're walking around, and when you're at the pool, like, everybody is just like very kind of chill. I mean, obviously kids are still jumping around and screaming in the pool because, hello, they're kids and they're in a pool. Like, that's just what you do. But yeah, we went to the pool, I think 3 times out of our 5-day trip. So like, we used it way more than we thought we would. I think that was also because that we were so close. It was like, we would go back to the like room for the middle of the day, and we would just kind of go have a little quick dip in the pool and then leave to go to the next park. So that was really fun. Also, the pool there has a water slide, which we were like, well, I took much advantage of that because I love a water slide. But at the Valley Resorts, obviously they don't have any of those, so that was a nice little treat of that pool. I think one of the best things about it was the proximity to Magic Kingdom. So basically all we did was we walked to our bus stop, we got on the bus, we took, I think there was I think total it was 3 stops until we were at the back of the resort, which is where the boats are, and then we just got on a boat and then went to Magic Kingdom, and like, it was just flawless getting there. The one morning they do basically like, they stop at Fort Wilderness and then they go to Contemporary and then they go to somewhere else and then they go to Magic Kingdom. So they said it was better if you wanted to go to Magic Kingdom early to get off at the Contemporary and then just walk, which is what we did. And again, like, it's so quick because the Contemporary is just right there. But yeah, like, the proximity to Magic Kingdom is just like perfection in my opinion, because you're paying $84 a night to stay at the campsites. Yes, they're campsites, so obviously you don't have like the full luxury amenities. If Magic Kingdom is your main park, if that's the main park that you're wanting to attend and wanting to go to, instead of paying like between like $400 to like $600 a night plus to stay at like one of the monorail loops, if you stay at the campsite, it's $84 a night and you are literally just that close. So I don't know. If if you're up for camping, do the camping. It's so much fun. Seriously, I can't say enough good things about it. It was awesome. And then the last best thing about it was that Hoop-de-Doo's there. So we didn't plan on doing Hoop-de-Doo, and then about a week before we left, I was like, okay, well, we're staying at the resort that Hoop-de-Doo is at, so why wouldn't we do it? So we did Hoop-de-Doo, and it was, again, so much fun. I loved it so much. So if Hoop-de-Doo is a must for you on your trip, then maybe you should consider staying at the campsite. Now to touch on a few of the cons of staying there. We stayed there for 5 days, and I wouldn't stay any longer than that. You get to the point, anytime you're camping, you get to a point where you're like, I just want to sleep in a real bed, and I want to sleep in air conditioning, and I would like to not wake up to the sound of birds. As nice as it is, in like the first 3 days, I was like, oh, I love waking up to the sound of birds. It's so nice. I'm just like, I naturally wake up. Like, we never actually woke up to an alarm. We like literally just woke up at 5 a.m. every day. Don't know if that's a good thing or not, but that's what we did. It was, after 5 days, I was like so ready to sleep in a normal bed and air conditioning and a room. So that is one con that I will say. It's like, you really don't want to stay longer than 5 days, maybe a week. If you are like an avid camper and you love to camp, maybe a week, but I wouldn't stay longer than 5 days. You don't get the best sleep just because, I don't know, it's hard. Like, I slept good while we were there, but at the same time, you're at Disney, so if you're like us, you're go the entire day, and then once you go to sleep, you are like trying to recharge so that you can be go the next day. And I just found like I just wasn't getting the best sleep because we went to bed late at night and then we woke up early just automatically, and we were sleeping on an air mattress. And so, and obviously the morning when the air mattress has like deflated half of the days or like half of the night, so you're kind of like all like crumpled over in the air mattress, and it's not the best sleep. So if you are looking for obviously to be fully recharged every day, maybe the campsites aren't best for you, but if you can manage it for a few nights, then like that's not really an issue. Sorry, I got an itch so bad. Ugh. And then the other like negative, I guess, that I have that I already kind of touched on was just that the resort is huge. So that's just one thing to kind of take into account. I really never complained about it though, because the buses are right there. Like, you're never that far from a bus. Again, you do have to take the bus to get around, but it's not a big deal. If you have the money, rent a golf cart. That makes life really easy. That's basically it for my review. All in all, I loved the campsites. I 100% would stay there again. I would recommend it to anybody that is willing to try and camp. Yeah. I don't even know how to end this now. Yeah. All in all, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've already said this. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. And again, if you want to see me do a Pop Century resort review, I will 100% do that if you guys want to see that. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!